the very first thing here, what we're going to do is really just concentrate on some great features that that new users of Housecall Pro can use to get started. So I know I briefly mentioned it, but do you mind just going over again how long you've been with Housecall Pro?
So I launched the BullDog Floor Cleaning on June 1 of 2016, and I've been with Housecall Pro ever since about 4 days before that.
Wow. So you got your software set up before you got your business set up, which is great news. And so if you, what helped you right away? What feature helped you the most as soon as you got started?
So, so many things that I love about Housecall Pro. Uh, from the very get-go, Housecall Pro gave me the ability to manage my business by myself. I was a single guy. I was widowed. My wife had passed away in March of 2015. I was a single dad, and Housecall Pro gave me the ability to manage my business, all aspects of it, from my iPhone. And as things began to pick up, I was able to stay on top of things. And from the very get-go, Housecall Pro made me look like a big company. Even though I was lost and scared, just starting out my business, within a week, I had people asking me if I was a franchise. And the invoicing was professional. The ability to email the customer an invoice or collect payment right there on the spot or let them pay it online. I looked like a big box store, and there I was, a guy that had been in business just a week or two.
Fooled
So
them all.
um, one of the features that I first noticed customers commenting on that they loved was the when you send an on my way text to your customer, it tells them that you're on your way and sends them a headshot of you, or your technician. Customers in today's world love that feature. They love to be communicated with. That's something that, 15, 20 years ago, we didn't have available. And carpet cleaners are notorious for being late. We try hard to be there on time. And if we're not going to be on time, we let them know. You can communicate. You got all of their information right there in Housecall Pro. You can shoot them a text. You can shoot them a message on Housecall. Very easy for you to communicate conveniently with your customer, and they love that feature.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, did you have any prior experience to using software before you got started, or is this your first approach to using software to run your business, right?
This is my first time to use software to run my business. Now, I was familiar with CRM programs that operated from a PC in an office, the companies that I worked for before, but this is my first experience with any software to run my own business. It was very easy to set up.
Great.
It took me I guess it took me all of 4 or 5 minutes to set up my business on Housecall Pro and get started.
Yep. It's really, really easy. You can do it all from the convenience of your phone and don't have to necessarily be in front of a computer. So that's great. I'm happy to hear that for you. Now, as you began to grow, how did you keep track of the types of customers you were receiving, whether they were residential or commercial? What feature in our platform did you use to do that?
So you've got your customer and job tags there. You can separate out your commercial customers versus your residential, and then you can use your customer tags to differentiate how you got the customer. Was it a referral? Was it Google? You can use the preset ones that are there, or you can create anything you want. You can type in anything there you want and identify that customer, how you got them, so that you can track how your marketing is doing, where you're getting your customers from. So we use that feature, and it helps us target what's working, and it helps us determine what's not working. So that's a feature that you definitely want to use as you grow your business. Um, it will help you spend your marketing dollars wisely and find new avenues to market your business.
Absolutely. And taking it a step further there with customer tags, you can create email and postcard marketing campaigns segmented on those tags. And then with job tags, those are more specific to the job. So you can create, like, was this a multiple story job, or was this a carpet cleaning versus a floor cleaning job? And then you can run reports against job tags, just like Paul was saying, to understand where you get most of your business from, and adjusting sort of marketing strategies that you have behind it. So definitely recommend the customer and job tags feature. If you haven't already started using those, absolutely get started. You can add them at the customer level or the job level directly through your mobile app, or if you prefer going onto the web portal, absolutely able to do that as well. So
So
that's
just for me to pitch in there too, your email campaigns, very easy to set those up and let them run in the background automatically. I think we keep in touch with our customers every 6 months. We'll send them just an email reminder. Hey, it's been 6 months since we cleaned your blankety blank. Um, and a lot of times we'll get a call as soon as we send that email out, or a text saying that they want to schedule another cleaning. So you definitely want to send those out at least every year, but I would encourage you to send them out as often as you want, as little as 3 months, or I think we do 6 months in a annual.
absolutely. And also in the carpet cleaning business, I know that customers tend to cancel, or you can receive a few cancellations. So within House Call, we also give you a job reminder email opportunity. So before you even, like, X amount of time before the job is beginning or scheduled to get started, you can send them a reminder email. And I've heard that that's really cut down on the number of cancellations that other carpet cleaners have received using our platform. So Paul
We
is
have
definitely on the side.
very few cancellations, and that feature that she's telling you about right there, um, you would a whole lot rather your customer, if they're going to cancel, you'd rather them cancel 24 hours before than you show up at their door and they say, oh, I've had something come up, I need to cancel. Well, you're in trouble because you don't have time to fill that slot. So I believe it sends them a reminder 24 hours before the job, and what few cancellations we get are usually at that point right there, and it's usually just a reschedule. So highly encourage you to use that feature.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Another really popular feature that we have available, especially for the carpet cleaners, especially those that are owners and operators, is our online booking feature. So that's designed to help you capture more jobs while you're out doing the dirty work there. So Paul, talk to me about setting up online booking. How well is that doing for your business there? And is that something that you encourage all carpet cleaners to do?
I do encourage all carpet cleaners to do that. Um, Everybody has their individual preference on how they're going to price their services, etc. For me, I have never posted a price for my services anywhere online or anywhere else for that matter. We treat every job as if it's unique, because it is unique. Um, I have so a year ago, last month, we did a $15,200 residential cleaning. In that single house, we did carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, we did concrete clean and refinish. We did granite polishing their countertops in their house. It was a $15,000 job. I would not had an opportunity to charge them that much money. That job actually took 5 days. I wouldn't have had the opportunity to charge them that much money if I'd had some silly price posted somewhere. Um, We have been successful in treating every job as a unique opportunity. And I would encourage you to consider doing that same thing. If you're going to post a price on your online booking, uh, let it be a window. Carpet cleaning is between X amount and X amount. Don't put a specific price in there, because I'll promise you, you're going to get burned. You're going to show up at a house where you told them $60 a room or something, and you're going to get into the argument with them about how much soil's in the carpet. They didn't tell you there was peg urine in the carpet, Kool-Aid stains, this, that, and the other. I would encourage you guys to do in-person estimates. Um, Go ahead and let them do online bookings. Give them the opportunity to book even just a free estimate. And of course, you need to make sure that they're within a reasonable distance that you can do the estimate for free. Don't be driving 30, 40 miles to do an estimate. That's not gonna work. This coming Thursday and Friday, I have a $28,000 residential job on my books. Let me repeat that. $28,000. It's a $3.5 million house, and they have hired us to come in and clean. They put porcelain tile on their pool deck, and their pool alone was $450,000. They had a company from New Jersey come in and do it. It's a floating surface. You want to go swimming, you step out onto the pool, you hit a remote control, and the bottom of the floor lowers. And you go swimming. When you get through swimming, you hit the remote, and the deck rises up, and there's no pool. It's gone. It's porcelain tile. They have hired us to come in there and clean all of that 12,000 foot of pool deck and seal it with a UV inhibiting sealer. We've already done work for these people. They love us. They love our work. And, if I'd have posted some price online per square foot, I wouldn't be able to charge them $28,000. But we're going to do that job Thursday and Friday. I'm excited about it. And I highly encourage you to don't get in the habit of building your business around your price. The kind of customers that you attract with a cheap price are going to take your business down in the long run. Be patient. Work to attract the kind of customers you want to work for. We have never posted a price for our services, and it's worked very well for us. It gives me a chance to go out and meet the customers. We know before we get into a customer's house, we already know what we're going to be cleaning, because I've already seen it. And 85% of my business is within 7 miles of my house. 85%. I built it that way on purpose. If you're driving out 40 or 50 miles to do carpet cleaning or floor cleaning jobs, and you're passing by 2,000 homes that you want to work for, there's a problem. You need to spend your time figuring out what it's going to take to get those 2,000 houses on your customer roll, instead of driving out 40 or 50 miles to service somebody. You're wasting your time. You need to concentrate on growing your business close to home if that opportunity is available. If it's not, you probably need to move. Okay. If you're 40 or 50 miles from the customers you want to work for, you need to sell that place and move. So I won't spend any more time on that, but that's just been my experience. We target our marketing to 3 zip codes, and 3 zip codes only. The people that have nice homes, and they have money, and they have brains, and they want a good, honest, reliable cleaning company.
Yep. Reliable. You said the killer word there. So that's definitely, as consumers, we're looking for reliable service companies, the same thing that your consumers are looking for as well. So being reliable can help you get that repeat business, which is exactly what Paul is saying is killer in his industry, in his specific business. So I want to focus the conversation on growth, because you've had some really explosive growth over the last 5 years. So one, what do you feel like has contributed to your growth? So is that how has Housecall Pro helped you identify your revenue and contributed to that?
We're easy to do business with. I mean, you've got a lot of different options. Um, millennials like most millennials would just as soon send a text to schedule a job or communicate with you versus pick up the phone and call you and talk to you. So I get texts 7 days a week from customers wanting to set up service. A lot of those are brand new customers that have never met me before. But we advertise. If you go on my website, bulldogfloors.com, you'll see that there's different options to contact us without ever picking up the phone. They can click and book online. They can click and there's a button called text to talk. Those are available on my website, and Housecall Pro helps us do that too. So the easier you make it on your customer to communicate with you, the better you're going to do. I have customers send me a text at 11 o'clock at night. It's somebody that got off work at 10 from a hospital job and doesn't have any other time to communicate. So I don't answer their text at 11 o'clock at night, but they communicate with me when is a good time to contact them. We get in touch and we do business. So the easier you make it on your customer to do business with you, the more customers you're going to get.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I saw recently that you were about to encounter on your first $100,000 quarter. And so what metrics do you focus on when running reports in Housecall? Stumped you.
We focus on the job tags. Most of our customers come via Google. More and more, Google is a powerhouse, guys, and they're just going to get stronger. Google is not ever going away. They're just going to get more and more powerful. So we want to know where we're getting our customers from. I encourage you to build your reputation on Google. The more 5-star reviews you get on there, the better you're going to do. So when you're running reports on Housecall Pro, you want to, again, like we talked about earlier, pay attention to where you're getting your customers from and concentrate on those avenues. And if you're not getting enough customers from an avenue that you feel like you could get more, then those reports help you to determine exactly where to spend your marketing dollars.
How often do you run reports and look at your numbers?
My wife runs those once a month.
Once a month. Good. Perfect. Excellent. So in terms of building your reputation and building it online, how do you get reviews, or how do you use Google to really help you grow your business? Besides advertising and besides having a Google My Business page, do you get reviews on there? How do you capture that client feedback?
You'll find, and I'm sure some of you may have already found, that it is not easy to get reviews on Google. If I had $1 for every single customer that's promised me they would leave a review that didn't, I could be retired and living on a yacht. It's not easy to get customers to take that time, a couple of minutes that it takes to leave a review. But I've got 3 times more than my nearest competitor on Google. And we continue to pull away. We're going to have, I think by the end of this year, I believe we'll have at least 250 5-star reviews. And we want to grow that up to over 1,000. The sooner you do that, the better you're going to do. Your reputation is everything. You can have the prettiest truck. You can have the prettiest uniforms. You can have a nice name on your truck. But if you do sloppy work, you're going to be known for sloppy work. So uh, your reputation is everything. If you get a
Absolutely.
reputation for doing poor work, the customer that you did a bad job for will tell 20 people about the bad experience they had with you. The customer that had a good experience will tell less than five. So it's not easy to build your reputation, but it is extremely foundationally important to any business, especially in this day and age. Google will make you or it'll break you. And it's up to you whether it makes you or breaks you. You've got to build that reputation. And if you have a customer goes on there and leaves a bad review for you, it's extremely important that you get in touch with that customer and make it right. Accidents are going to happen. Sometimes jobs are going to go not as smooth as you thought they would. It's important that you communicate with your customer immediately and find out what the problem is and get all over it and make that customer happy and get a negative review gone before it does major damage to your company. The less reviews you have starting out, some of you may not have any reviews yet. Maybe you've only got 2 or 3. Maybe you've got 10. One-star review will bring 10 5-star reviews down in a hurry. You'll go from 5 stars to 4.8 like that. And I found that customers in this day and age, they read those reviews, and every single one of them is important. Keep your reviews fresh. Don't be satisfied with 10 5-star reviews or 20 or 50. You keep on building those reviews, because the more you have, the more you're going to rise up above your competition.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we had some really great advice today from Paul, just to wrap it up and um, give you a sort of a recap here. So his biggest thing to concentrate on are those customer tags and job tags, ease of use, do everything right here from your mobile device. And then of course, concentrate on building a great reputation by being a great business. So some immediate next steps that you can leave this webinar and actually go do right now within your Housecall Pro account is set up job and customer tags, making sure you differentiate, more importantly, understand how you got your customers, the types of jobs you're doing, because all that affects and allows you to make data-driven decisions about your company. You're going to schedule recurring service plans, and if that's not included on your account, we actually offer recurring service job or recurring jobs. So there's a help desk article that will be able to help you set that up. So if you go do the same type of work at the same place every single time, you can set that up directly in Housecall. You'll, like Paul said, you can do the work and get paid right there at the job site. So you want to go and connect your bank account to get paid. And then more importantly, create a test job to practice scheduling, dispatching, invoicing, and collecting payment. So you are, when you're going to performing 5-star work, you can be a 5-star company right in front of your customer. And knowing how to use your software is only going to make you better. So
So
those,
as our company has grown, let me pitch this in right there, right quick. Um, I'm not a one-man operation anymore. I have my son working for me and a helper that helps him, and then I'm hiring 2 more right now. Those guys can punch the clock right there on Housecall Pro. We keep up with our hours. So as your company grows, you're going to be able to integrate other features on Housecall Pro that you may not have used. For the first 2 years, as I was saying earlier, I was a one-man show. I didn't punch a clock. Now that I have employees working for me, they punch the clock, and it helps us keep up with the hours that they work.
absolutely, that's a really good advice. That can all be done through Housecall. So right now I want to open up the floor here and talk about our support resources. So the biggest resource that you have available to you is our help center. So there's a plethora of articles and tutorials on how to help you out. You can either access it directly through a URL, or if you access the web portal on or Housecall Pro through your web portal, you'll be able to easily access it. Then you're not alone. We definitely know that you're going to run into questions, especially throughout the day. So we have our chat option. Our support team is available 7 days a week, and there's a blue chat bubble located in the bottom right corner of most pages on your account or directly through the app. You can chat in and someone will be able to assist you with any questions. Online community. I know Paul is really big in our online community. We have a community of 10,000 other plus or 10,000 plus home service business owners just like yourself in our Facebook group. So if you hadn't had an opportunity yet, I please encourage you to join that. It's been around for the last 6 to 7 years. That's where our founders go. Our product managers are in there. And then of course you can network and talk to other people in your industry or even in your area. So in in Facebook, just search Housecall Pros. And then we also have a resource center, housecallpro.com/resources. It's where you can find free articles, templates, ebooks, and other resources to help you run your business. So now that we have those resources out of the way, let's open the floor up to question and answer. And we have one question so far, so guys, don't be shy. We're definitely here to take advantage of Paul's knowledge and his experience with owning a business, and then of course anything having to do with his experience on house call. So Dallin Shaw, I'm going to go ahead and start with your question here. So so this is a perfect question for Paul. What have been the best ways that you have used to gain customers near your house?
So when I first started out, one of my favorite and most successful ways to market was I built my startup around a rotary extractor. I bought a Rotovac 360 XL machine, and I quickly realized that I was the only one in my area that had one of those or anything similar to it. Another company had one, but they never took it off the truck. Their employees didn't want to use it, so it just gathered dust there on their truck. I put a life-size photo of that on the side of my truck, along with a turbo spinner, a life-size photo of me, and that was my first truck running down the road. I would make videos with that rotary extractor and post them on Facebook, before and after photos and videos of me running that rotary extractor. And that got me tons of business, guys. You can budget, you can spend as little as you want or as much as you want on your Facebook ad. And it's very easy to do. Trust me, if I can do it, anybody can do it, because I was about as dumb as it comes in technology when I started. So yeah, I started using Facebook ads and just a before and after photo. I'm not kidding you guys. I had ads that I spent $20 on that got me $5,000 in business in 2 days. As a new business owner, you need to decide what you're going to do differently than your competition's doing to attract business. If you're just doing the same thing that everybody else is doing, you're going to have a difficult time getting those customers on board with you, because they can get the same thing somewhere else. And you're going to have a difficult time charging what you need to charge for that service if it's the same thing that everybody else is doing. So ask your customers questions. What kind of issues they're having with your current cleaner? Listen to them and figure out a way to differentiate yourself from your competition, and you'll go far.
I really like that question. What type of issues are you having with your current cleaner? That's an open-ended question that gets your customers to talk and divulge. And then when you understand their pain points, that's when you can come in and say, well, I solve pain points X, Y, and Z by doing X, Y, and Z. And so that's a really great open-ended question, Paul. I'm so glad you shared that with us.
One of the biggest things I heard about my competition when I first started was the fact that they left the carpet wet, sometimes for 2 to 3 days. I had a preacher and his wife call me for service on their house, and they had their carpet cleaned on Monday morning, and Wednesday night their parishioners were bringing fans to their house to help them dry the carpet. The carpet had been cleaned 36 hours before. Are you kidding me? There's odor associated with that, people. If you're leaving that much water in the carpet when you're cleaning, you're not getting the carpet clean. You're making it dirtier than it was, because there's going to be bacteria growing in that carpet. You can't leave that much water in carpet. And we mowed down our competition in a hurry by learning to clean carpet the right way and getting the water out of it, not over wetting it. And it just comes out cleaner and better and fluffier. You can't leave chemicals and contaminants in the carpet and call yourself a carpet cleaner. It's not going to work.
Very true. Very true. So we have a couple more questions coming down the pipeline here. One from Christian, and this one is directed at Paul. So Christian asked, would you mind telling us how much you spend in marketing with Google, and are you using Instagram for marketing?
Don't use Instagram. Have before, if you want to advertise some kind of special, I think Instagram is probably a good place to do it. But we don't do specials. We think we're pretty special at our regular price. So at this point in time, I think I spend about $1,000 a month with Google, and it's worth every penny.
And do you use an SEO company to help you with your ads, or is that something you do in-house?
I've had an SEO company from the get-go. I use Big West Marketing in Montana. The guy's name slips me off. Joe Burnett. Google him. The guy's famous in carpet cleaning circles because he came from a carpet cleaning background, and he's an expert at marketing for cleaners. So I'm going to move here because I've got to catch a flight pretty soon.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm going to go towards the airport, but I want to stay on here with you and answer any questions that you have.
Sure.
So,
sure,
you've got to, I realize, as a new business owner that most of us are on a budget, and I was on a budget too. When I first started, $100 was my budget for marketing for a month. But I guarantee you, if you put that $100 in the right place, you can turn it into $10,000 in a hurry.
That's true.
That's true. Your customers love videos. In today's marketing, videos sell. Take videos of yourself doing your work, the before and after. I made a video with one of my customers one time and put that online, talking about what a great job we did on their floors. Man, you talk about an explosion of business. A little bit can go a long way if you put it in the right basket. So I highly encourage you to do, Facebook ads starting off. That's going to get you in your local neighborhood. On Facebook ads, you can target areas. You can target zip codes.
Yep.
Very easy to set up. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to direct message me. If you look up BullDog Floor Cleaning LLC, my phone number is right there. I'm still, the phone number that's on the side of my truck still rings right here in my pocket. And I've been in business 5 years. As of this coming May 30th, it'll been 5 years.
That's great. That's awesome. Well, Paul, thank you so much for your time today. Your nuggets of information about being successful with your business and how you use Housecall Pro to help you get there was really insightful. I think some really big takeaways are use customer and job tags, get started now, and concentrate on being a 5-star company no matter where you go. And our final tip here from Paul is play around with the features and ask questions. So use those support resources I was outlining for you. And thanks again, Paul. Really enjoyed our conversation, and I hope you all learned something new as well.
I do too, and I appreciate the opportunity to help other people succeed. I want every one of you to be successful, and I'm willing to do anything I can to help you.
Absolutely. Really appreciate that, Paul. Safe travels today. Thanks again, everyone, for joining, and look out for this recap in your inbox coming soon. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.